What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to get into some equipment, things that you're going to need to be able to service clients on the Arise platform. I'm going to show you guys what I use and where you can get all of your equipment in one spot at an affordable price. So let's get into it.
Wake up in the morning, talk to God, what he say? He said, blessings, blessings, blessings coming my way, and I said, thank you.
Okay, you guys, so for those that are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Chanina, and so this is my workstation that you guys are seeing right now. So this is what I use every single day when I service calls on the Arise platform. It's very basic and it's not a whole lot, but I know there's a lot of curiosity as to what exactly do you have to have as far as meeting the system requirements, because there are some system requirements and we're going to go over that as well in this video. But first, let me just kind of get into what I use. Okay, so for starters, let's talk about some other type of equipment that you'll need to provide outside of like your computer and stuff, right? One of the things, well, two of the things that you're going to have is an internet connection and a landline service or a phone service. Now it can either be landline or digital. So I go with Xfinity. That's our cable service. I have the package plan, so I have cable, phone, and internet. So this is the actual internet modem, and it's also the phone line, if I'm not mistaken. Is the phone line plugged in back here? Yeah, so the phone is plugged in back here. So let me turn it around. Now, all modems are probably going to look different. It just depends on when you guys get the service, if you don't already have one. I've had Comcast for so many years, and every time I get a new internet modem or move somewhere or have to switch it out, they give me a different one. So back here is where my phone line is plugged into. Okay, and then right here is an Ethernet cord. So this is what you're going to need to be plugged into the back of your computer tower or your laptop directly, okay? Because we're not allowed to service calls over Wi-Fi, so you have to be plugged directly in through Ethernet. Okay, so first thing I want to say is, you guys, is you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on your computer equipment. If you notice, none of my equipment even matches. Okay, so my tower is an HP, one of my screens is an Acer, the other one is a Dell, and my keyboard is a Kensington. My mouse is an AST. So you don't have to go and break the bank to get computer equipment. That's one of the things that we're going to kind of go over. I do have a solution for you guys. It's like a one-stop shop for this type of stuff for platforms such as Arise. There's other platforms out there as well that you'll need equipment on. So the information I'm going to share with you guys as far as shopping your equipment is not only for Arise, you guys. It can be used for other work from home platforms as well. So anyway, we'll get into that in a minute. So this is a tower. Now, you can either use a desktop or a laptop. When I started servicing on the platform, I was using a laptop and I had my my Dell screen, right? When my laptop went out, I switched over to another laptop and I ended up with two screens. The other screen that I originally have with the other laptop that I was using, well, with the last laptop that I was using, is in the closet. But for the most part, I am going to recommend that you guys have dual screens. So whether it's a laptop and an additional screen or a desktop and an additional screen, okay? The reason I say that is because honestly speaking, you're going to have a lot of systems and browsers, you know, tabs pulled up on your screen and stuff. And it's going to be so much easier, not only for you so that you're not overwhelmed, but for your call flow as well. It'll help shorten your call a little bit because you're able to just pull stuff over here, have stuff set up over here. So like, for example, when I log into my stuff, okay, because it's a bunch of stuff that you log into, you got systems and everything. My main system that I use is always on this screen, but everything else that is also a part of the system that I just pull up to find answers to questions or to verify information or whatever is normally on this screen. Any type of tools and resources that I got when I was in certification, just whatever, you know, is on the screen right here. So my main system that I use pulls up on this screen. My phone also pulls up on this screen. So initially the phone box comes up over here, and once I log into it, it goes over there, right? Because those are the two things that I'm maneuvering between the most. Everything else, I just pop it up over here, right? And it works out because there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to have to be looking at two things at one time. And it's going to be very hard to do that if you're trying to use just one screen. So I recommend having two screens. A desktop I also recommend because it has more storage, especially if Arise or any work from home platform is not going to be the only thing that you're using your computer for or your laptop for. You want to get something that's going to be able to hold or have a lot of space available to you when you're downloading and stuff like that. Okay. Keyboard. I had somebody comment in a video a while back asking, was I using a keyboard? Yes, I was. It's actually just down here on the second shelf. So when I have my phone right there filming, you can't see it. But yes, a regular keyboard. I haven't tried the, wireless keyboard just yet. I don't know. I'm thinking about it because I do have a wireless keyboard, but I don't know, you guys. I'll probably just keep it like this. But yes, so a basic computer, desktop. It doesn't have to be super, super expensive. But it does have to meet the requirements if you're wanting to work on the platform. Okay. So now let's kind of get into what the requirements are for the platform. Okay, y'all, so I apologize. I forgot the other equipment that you're going to need outside of your computer. Okay, so this is my dial pad. When you are working a client where the calls come through your phone, it's going to come through your phone, okay? So like a regular house phone, but you switch out the house phone or the handheld portion of it and link it up to a dial pad. You just plug in your phone jack and boom, there you go. So I just leave this plugged up because honestly, even though I have a phone plan with my cable provider or the whole bundle, I don't use this phone. Like I dial out every once in a blue moon, but I never give this number out. So calls come through, but girl, I don't ever answer the phone. So this is just sitting here just in case I decide to do a client, another client that requires me to use this versus the calls coming through your USB headset. Now, the client that I service now, we did start off with a dial pad, okay? We did start off with the dial pad. The first client that I serviced on the portal, we also started off with the dial pad. But then we transitioned over to a VoIP headset where your calls are coming in through your computer. So you're definitely going to need one of these, not only for certification. Well, first of all, you're definitely going to need one for certification, okay? Because you're going to have to participate and you're going to have to be able to communicate as well while you're in class. And then if you are servicing a client that requires a VoIP headset where your calls are coming through your computer, then you already have one. But if you service a client where your calls are coming through your landline or your digital landline, however you have it set up, then I would recommend getting the dial pad, but as a backup, I also recommend getting a headset in case that particular client decides to transition over to the VoIP scenario. Okay, so that's just some basic equipment. That's all I use. I don't use anything fancy. I do have a printer down here. I print out stuff from time to time. You don't have to have a printer. There is going to be a point where when you register, you're going to have to do like an affidavit of identification. Now that is going to have to be printed out. So a printer always helps, of course, because there's other things in life that we print out or need to print out, but it's not a necessity for working on the platform. Okay, so now let's get into what you actually need, or as far as the requirements to work on the platform. Okay, you guys, so let's look at the equipment and system requirements. So if you go to the website, Sales Staffing Solutions, you're able to pull it up really quick. You just click on or hover over remote opportunities and click on equipment and system requirements, and then there's going to be a PDF that pops up. This PDF is accessible through the arise.com website as well, but I have it attached to my website. So let's take a look at it really quick here. This is the system and equipment policy. So let's scroll down to where here are some suggestions. So you can order from Amazon, but I'm going to show you a different website that you can also purchase from and get everything that you need from there. So here are the PC requirements. So again, you are going to need a desktop tower computer with a separate monitor. That's recommended, highly recommended. Tablets, netbooks, and dual boot machines are going to be prohibited from use. And then a lot of the client programs, well, all of them are not currently compatible with all-in-one computers. So depending on the client that you're going to be servicing, you might need to purchase an additional piece of equipment, which is a flash drive. So those are our ASD clients. So here are the system requirements. So this is your speed. So if you have a computer that has a dual core of 2.8 gigahertz or better, or an Intel class or AMD Phenom X2 class or better, that'll work. If you have an Atom, Celeron, Pentium, or Opteron processors, that is not going to work. I actually had a Pentium laptop, and it was no longer compatible with anything, so that's why I had to upgrade. But your hard drive, you do want to make sure that you have a good amount of space available, so 20 gigabytes or more of available space, and then you want to have at least 60 gigabytes of total space. Okay, so for your memory, it is recommended that you have an 8 gig of RAM or better, but the minimum that you can have is 4, so 4 gigabytes. The operating system, we all know, or hopefully everyone knows by now, that Windows 7 has phased out. I am going to recommend Windows 10 just because pretty much every client on the platform operates better if you have Windows 10. There are a few clients that will not support Windows 8 if you have Windows 8, so keep that in mind. We did go over the hardwired connection, so that's your Ethernet cord, and then your minimum download speed and upload speed. So you'll have to have a minimum of 10 download speed and 3 upload. Okay. Then your latency, which is basically how long it takes you to connect, I believe, if I'm thinking of it correct, and then your monitor recommendations, okay? So I would go by these monitor recommendations because there's going to be some programs that may not fit on certain screens. The screen may be too small, so you definitely want to go by these recommendations here. If you're a Mac user, you do have a different set of requirements. So you do have to have an Ethernet port, a Mac Airbook or a MacBook Air or a Mac USB-C port is not supported. And then you have to have the boot camp and a licensed version of Windows, okay? So, again, that's the Windows 10, okay, operating system. And then, of course, everything else is the same as far as your memory and all of that. So here is some headset options. I did show you guys this exact one, actually. So that is going to be required in addition to your headset. So they are making this a requirement now to have both. What I'm going to say is when you get into the portal, go over the opportunity announcements because some clients may only service their calls through a headset, or some clients may only service calls through the landline phone. But me personally, you guys, I would recommend having both because you never know, a client can transition from one to the other. Okay, and then of course here's all of your software, Windows Defender, all of those things, antivirus and stuff like that you're going to have on your computer as well. Okay, So let's switch over to where you can get all of your equipment. So I'm going to go back to the website here. And if you start from the website and then hover over remote opportunities, the drop down box is going to pop up. You're going to click on equipment store. So this is going to take you to work at home equipment solutions. I recommend this to everyone. This is the first thing that I give my clients when they're, or my agents when they're registering on the platform and they're in need of equipment. I always send them here. The owner is awesome. I've had a chance to listen to a couple of lives that he's done within some of the Facebook groups with the Rise. And I've actually wished that I would have purchased my equipment from him versus Amazon. But anyway, so yeah, you guys, you can get your equipment from here. I recommend this company for one reason, well, for two reasons. The first reason is because you can get everything. So let's look at the available products that they have to offer. Okay, so again, all of this equipment is set up to where it works on Arise virtual solutions platform, as well as other platforms as well. And then if you just need general equipment and you have no desire to work on any work from home platform, I still would suggest purchasing your equipment from them. So this is just a list of everything that they offer. So we're just going to kind of scroll through here just a little bit. Okay, so they've got MacBooks, they've got different headsets with the noise cancellation, which is going to be very important. You can either purchase a tower by itself, or you can purchase a bundle. They do offer bundles. Here's all your monitors, and there's about 30 pages of equipment here, so there's a little bit of everything, some cords, ear pods, your dial pads, different connectors that you might need from like, for example, your Ethernet. Let's see, there's some other stuff on here, too. So they got some other office equipment as well, chairs, printers, things like that. So if you're on a budget, I would definitely check them out. So another reason why I recommend this company, too, is because of the easy financing. So with the easy financing, this gives you the opportunity to get your equipment and then kind of pay along the way, so to speak. So kind of like a rent-a-center almost, but it's your equipment. It's yours to keep. So they have different financing options here. They do not do any credit check, as you can see. So that's one of the main reasons why I recommend this, because a lot of people need equipment, but they don't necessarily want to have their credit checked in order to purchase equipment, you know what I mean, if they're financing it. So he does offer different financing options here. You are more than welcome to come on here and apply, go through some of the equipment to see what you need. Another thing that I want to tell you, too, this is just a side note, a little side note for you guys. So if you have a business and you are monetizing your business in multiple ways, and one of the ways is affiliate marketing, they do have an affiliate program. So if you're looking for, a side hustle where you can make a little bit of coin every time you refer someone and they purchase equipment, you'll get a commission, okay? So, yeah, I wanted to show this to you guys because I get a lot of questions about equipment, where to purchase it from, how do you know if you have the right equipment, because just going to Walmart or Best Buy, it can be a little bit tricky because not all computers systems are going to be compatible with the platform. So I always send everyone here first, because literally everything on here, even client specific, like see Arise, Ready PCs, ASD compatible, you can even filter it down to just these computers if you're just looking to work on the Arise platform. There's other platforms, ACD Direct, and then Working Solutions that they have equipment specific ready for. So once you get it, it's already ready to be set up. So yeah, hopefully this information was helpful to you guys that are looking for equipment. If you have any questions about equipment, please drop them down in the comments below. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss out on any information that I post. And I'll see you guys on another video. Bye.